With psychosis, it is possible to live a good and fulfilling life. I am proof. It was difficult and still has its challenges. However, with dedication and medication and will, I have minimized these challenges. What has made all the difference is all the support I have received from my parents and from PEP. My parents helped me with overlooking documents, visiting myself daily, providing a home, food, comfort, and dependability to me. My parents helped me with being a dependable resource whenever I need them. They are there for me. I am thankful for all the resources and references from my parents and from PEP. It took dedication, commitment, opening up to people in the situation around me, and it took patience. PEP has helped me with providing myself comfort and a positive attitude, saying we have done well, keeping a comfortable environment and providing an area of potential friends and whom others have experienced similar experiences with me, a group that all has psychosis. I have started having conversations with myself and behaviors. I was starting to act weird ways with inappropriate ideas, gestures, and actions. All these stresses together caused me to psychosis to surface. I was having visuals and hearing voices of others. I was feeling alone, despair, which I held with a heavy heart. Psychosis is interesting because you're unsure which voices are imagination and which voices are psychosis. My mom told me it's the ones that are telling you things in their perspective are the voices, which I had and I have. I would hear them in other disguised as others coming from conversations we had in the past. My mind was overdrive and needed rest. I was in a headspace, staying sharp. You do not know what is around the corner kind of attitude. I was keeping myself in a mindset test ready for academics to be tested and keeping a hold of truth and theories in life. Psychosis is something that is inside of you and has hallucinations and lots of stresses causes from psychosis to surface. As well as cannabis makes it surface, I was smoking cannabis and eating mushrooms. Psychosis appears as hallucinations and voices, and you may see visuals that others do not see or hear. Do not wish psychosis on anybody. The good news is there's a percentage of people who have psychosis and have been working with doctors to better understand psychosis, making psychosis more documented. Catching a Thief is literature where the main character is diagnosed with schizophrenia and spends his life trying to help himself from the schizophrenia and finds laughing at his voice is the best way to deal with them. What also confused me was when my memories blended into new visuals I was experiencing. I went back to my childhood in the hospital, and when stimulated me as a child, I started rocking again, and I did not done that in years. I started to like the things that I liked as a child. Started watching Spider-Man, looking at floor patterns, making comic books, and watching movies and music like a child. Things that triggered my psychosis were injustices and betrayals, whether it was having my tools stolen or not being able to get work over someone saying I did not get it and that I'm not keeping up. While I was running with my belt and pushing myself further than anyone, I was saving all my love for one woman, and my idea was to shower this woman with all my love. However, it was bothering me because I was lonely, which hard on my mental health and expressing love to others because this woman was a part of my past and I was informed from law not to contact this woman. Try to stay in the right book, by the book. While people all around me were not, I was seeing their successes and not mine. It was disheartening. It felt like people around me were not, and their successes were not mine. Disheartening. I was comparing myself to others, which was hard on my self esteem. It felt like people who weren't caring about me while I was respecting their rights and their best interests, they were witnessing these wrongdoings and did not bring anything up. Somebody else's credit. Felt like someone else was getting my credit. It was very disheartening and caused a lot of stress in my life. I was promoted psychosis to surface. Perhaps this is a way for myself and my mind was trying to protect me. Perhaps if I were to have continued down the road, I would be dead. Perhaps my extreme measures was trying to communicate with myself who I did not think were listening. Today I hold myself against those whom were troubling me. I have forgiven them all. However, I am still protecting myself from them because I hear them. Evaluating old friendships and connections was helpful to my recovery. It is interesting because my mom and my relationship got better. I have troubles getting work was another stressor. Not having problems to properly dealt with was a problem, and doing so much to properly deal with my problems was another stressor. Bottled up my problems until the bottle burst. I think this may have been building up inside of me since I smoked so much cannabis in a lonely basement. This was my escape, my problems, which was not sustainable. Keeping things to myself, not properly dealing with my problems. As of today, I spend a lot of time collective thinking and analyzing the world around me. I sleep for 12 to 14 hours a day and rest my brain. I get PEP 4 times a week. I spend a lot of time rocking in a chair, listening to music, listening and looking for inspiration, reliving past times, and creating new memories. Thank you.